I have the man himself here today, man. Elliot from Game Tower, dude. Woo, man, bro.
Thank you for the invite, man.
No worries, dude.
Excited
Thank you. You're a busy man. You're busy, bro. All the time. You just got back from Utah, bro.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, you went on the 27th and 26th. You went to a different
We went to up north to Santa Clara, which is like San Jose area. We went for an anime show there. So this year and last year we've been really into the anime shows. It's like a new world to us. So we're exploring that, and I love it. Just everything about anime, it blends in with video games, of course. Yeah. So just the atmosphere, the people, the different products that are out there. So I'm still a student, learning to the anime world. So that's why I go to all those shows. And just like you said, we also came back from Utah, 3 days ago. Dude, I busted all nighter, man. Dude, it was like Sunday night.
You drove there?
Yeah, we drove 10-hour drive, but 2 stops, and we left at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Right, because they have mountain time over there, and we showed up at like near 5 a.m. to my house. Man, and dude, we had to pass through Vegas, so yeah.
That's insane, dude.
I drive a lot, man.
I know. We were supposed to meet up at 1, and then I'm like, dude. But I've been wanting to get you on the podcast before I started the seasons. Way back when you came in, you bought out Silverback, dude. You cashed him out, dude. That guy was so happy that day.
Yeah, that was.
If he could, he probably would have done a bit backflip, bro. He was happy, bro. He was like, bro, I'll buy the food. He was excited. And I'm like, man, I actually, because he sells at the swap meet, right? That's his full-time gig, dude. I was actually happy to see him, have that, make that sale. Yeah. And you came and you cashed him out. He was happy, bro.
I remember it was like someone's house, right?
It was my garage sale.
It was a garage sale day. And
how'd you hear about it, first of all?
My employee Chris actually told me about it, because I just went to the swap meet, and then I think he saw your flyer or someone's flyer, and he's like, yo, bro, I think you're like a few minutes away from that. You should go check it out, because I just saw someone's story that they have a bunch of good video games and stuff. And then I saw that story, and I was like, oh, damn. And that was posted like about an hour ago. So at the time, and I was like, you know what, I should go. Maybe the inventory's still there. And luckily, whoever posted that video, all the inventory was still there. And I was like, hey man, if you want to shorten your day, I'm down to buy it all. I mean, you have good pricing and stuff, but
yeah, Silverback has good pricing, bro. I think I got the Pokemon Blue off of him with the Mario Kart for my personal collection, bro.
Oh, okay.
I think I paid like $220, bro, complete in box.
Oh, that's a good price, yeah. Definitely.
And I was like, are you serious? Oh, maybe like $180, bro, or I don't remember. It's a good price. But
good condition.
One of the first questions I want to start off: how did the name come about, bro? Game Tower.
That's a good question, actually. That's a very good question. So right off the bat, I didn't come up with the name. Yeah. So I don't take any credit for this brand, Game Tower.
Wow.
So at the time, I had a business partner named DJ Chris. This is February of 2018, right?
Okay.
He had his girlfriend at the time, and we're in our room, right? Because we always had like a game room hanging out, and him and I were both vendors, and then the community were telling us to open up a video game store, right? And since I kind of told you earlier that I was doing my own thing, buying, selling, trading, selling on eBay, going to expos, going to events, I never actually thought about opening up a video game store, right? But, learning from other, owners, and they telling me the good, the bad, the ugly about the business, I was like, you know what, screw it, man. Let's take a chance, because I'm young now, right? So even if
How old were you at the time?
25.
How old are you now?
33. Yeah. So I told myself, I'm like, well, I'm young now, so even if I do fail, it's okay to fail, because I did it in my early days, not when I'm like 40 or 50. I think that's too late in the game, right? So I was like, screw it, man. Try it. If not, then I'll just go back to what I'm doing, selling online and traveling and all that. So we had to come up with the name. And We wrote down multiple names and all that. We had other friends in the
What
room.
was some of the names?
I'll tell you. So I had the worst name. It's pretty bad. So, and if you guys are watching this, you guys are gonna laugh right now because here was mine, and as I say it more, it just gets worse and worse. So here we go. My the name that I wanted to put at the time, and thank God we didn't, was called Game Room City.
Game Room City.
Game Room City. As lame as that sounds. I know. Look at your reaction.
No.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty good. It sounds different.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's
but
not bad.
it was not catchy. It wasn't
Yeah.
cool enough or whatever, you know. And my DJ Chris, I don't know what other names he had, you know. And then his girlfriend at the time she was just like, yeah, you guys are like towers. You guys are always rising, you know.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah. And then she just randomly say like, yeah, you guys are like game towers, you know. And I'm like, game towers, you know.
That's
I'm
pretty
like,
sick.
wait, what about if we just take out the S, you know, Twin Towers, right? So, and I was like, wait, how about we just say game tower?
That's
right?
freaking dope.
And then we just kept saying it, game tower, right? And then, you know, we saw an idea for the logo. So
That's
it was
super dope.
it was his girlfriend's idea. She just randomly said it.
Wow.
And then like after that, it started clicking in it, and like it started to become catchy. Game tower. So I was like, and it's simple and quick. You know, like you don't have to
straight to the point.
Straight to the point, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
pretty
like,
legit.
And I was like, you know what? I love that. I'm like, Chris, you like that? Yo, you like this? Yo, you like that? And everyone agreed. I was like, all right, we're Game Tower. You know, it's simple as that. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how the name came up.
I thought it was because you guys were on the second floor.
You know what? A lot of people thought about
right?
that.
Because you're like, it's high, like game tower.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I thought game, you build a little tower where you're stacking up games.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought. Like, oh, because they stack up, because you have a gang of inventory, bro. A gang,
That's
bro.
a lot of
And
years.
the fact that you just buy and buy, I'm just like, bro, that's a gang of money, dude. Like, that's insane. But the way the name came about, that's pretty dope, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I had a mentor that's very, very successful, and the one advice that I took from him, where he said, if inventory comes in your store, buy it all. I took that very seriously. I had to study what that meant, and know like you know, denying people unless, you know, if it was, you know, defected or too much in value. But if inventory comes in, buy it all. So I had to learn that, you know.
Wow.
I was studying that, you know, and then looking at what he did with his life and his business, which is very similar. At the time, he was just selling DVDs and Blu-rays. He was a millionaire just selling that. You know, so if he can make money out of DVDs and Blu-rays,
Yeah.
you know, I'm pretty sure you can make money out of video games, you know. So I kind of had to, you know, teach myself how to do that, you know, and, you know, talk to my business partner, DJ Chris, at the time. So, yeah.
And he just ventured off to being a DJ?
Well, he was always a DJ. So he was a sound engineer.
Okay.
Yeah, so little short story about him. So he left Game Tower about a year into the business. He loved Game Tower. There was no beef between us or anything like that. It's just his passion was music. He was going to school for it, you know, like he was getting his degree for it. He was actually traveling to events, music festivals for that. So that was his passion. Wow. Game Tower was kind of like a second thing for him, you know. Versus me, Game Tower was my thing, my number one thing. And before I started Game Tower with him, I was actually a plumber with my father, you know. So plumbing became second for me, you know. So until one day I kind of realized, you know, I had to tell him, you know, man to man. I was like, hey, bro.
Your dad?
No, to my
DJ?
DJ Chris. I was like, hey, bro, I don't think you're feeling this. You know, like I see it. You're not really putting the effort, which is fine, you know, because, you know, when you're into something, you got to go for it, have passion for it. Yeah. His passion was music. And my passion was video game. Even though he's a gamer and all that, but just music, you know. And I just respectfully told him, hey man, you know, I don't want Game Tower to fall down because I think we have a good thing going here, you know. You know, how about if I buy you out?
Mm.
You know, so I bought his percentage from the company and I took over.
Wow.
And then from there on, once I had full control, you know, second store opened up, third store opened up, you know.
Oh, you had 3 stores.
We at the time, yeah, we did.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
dude.
And this was like right before COVID, I think. No, the third store we opened a little after COVID once the lockdown was over.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were just high in demand with games, you know. So, but yeah, once I took over, I had all these crazy ideas, and you know, you can see the business booming up. You know, a lot of changes that I did, and the community liked it more. They liked the new stock, you know, the pricing, the fair trade-ins. Because like, you know, for me at the time, I didn't really care what the percentage was. We were just buying, you know, or we'd just give out sometimes 80% store credit, 90% store credit. You know, and people are like, "Oh,
What's
yeah."
fair? What's fair right now to give someone credit for, like when they come in
Well,
trading?
especially now because we built so much inventory, it's like we still do it. You know, 80%, 90%. You know, if it's, you know, those filler titles or something, that will kind of go lower, 67. You know, between there. But I think that's where we might be a little bit different because we give a fair amount, you know, of our trade-in value, whether it's cash or store credit, especially if you're bringing, you know, good stuff, expensive stuff, rare stuff, or good condition. You know, we'll give you fair value. And like, I'm not going to be like, oh, 50% all day, you know, like, no one does that anymore. You know, we got to be real. We got to be realistic. You know, like all this stuff has gone up in value because of COVID. So you do need to pay higher prices on, you know, on units to the dollar, you know, so, but luckily we were able to build, you know, capital, our inventory, our business model kept growing, our Instagram followers kept growing. So when you see all that happening, you're able to offer more and at a fair price, you know, so I think that's where we win a lot, and that's why we always get inventory in.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like all the time, bro. Your store is just inventory. I'm like, bro, that's a grip of inventory.
Yeah,
dude.
and then
It's
just like I
insane.
told you,
and
like,
you're stocked up, and I'm like, it's not like you have empty shelves. It's like, dude, that's a grip. That's insane. Dude.
Yeah, and like I would never make the store look empty, and that's just my thing. That's my pet peeve. Like if I see like spaces in between, like I'll lose it. So I told my guys, no, stock it up. You know, like even if there is 20 copies of Gran Turismo, stock it up. You know, like I want all that inventory out because you don't know if someone's going to want to buy 20 Gran Turismos that day. Because that has happened before, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a game changer. That's true.
Yeah, so.
What if someone does want, hey, I want to buy 4 of them, 5 of them, 10 of them.
Exactly.
And you don't have them?
Yeah. Another example, just today, and I'll show you the post. Some guy walked in today, asked which NBA 2K series games we have for the PS3 and PS4, a little bit on the PS5, bought them all. Bought them all. I have no idea why, but
He just wanted them all.
he just wanted them all. And Chris called me. He's like, hey, bro, just if you see a weird transaction, some guy just came and wiped all the NBA 2K games. And we're like,
snaps.
okay, cool. I don't ask questions, you know, like I'm there to sell, you know, so
that's insane.
whatever you do with that inventory does not matter to me. Like as long as you pay for it or you traded it off or whatever.
That's legit, dude.
Yeah.
That's insane, man.
So,
And how many years have you been in the reselling game, bro? Like when you first bought your first game and you resold it.
I'll say 2015. So yeah, like 10 years. Yeah, 10 years selling, and then it started Game Tower 2018.
2018.
Yeah. So it took me about 3 years to kind of build up inventory.
So 2015 was when you started getting into like reselling,
buying, selling, trading. Yeah. Yeah, I would say recently. There's other people that done it way before me. Because like all this value in video games I started going up was like 2010, 2011. That's when like the value of retro started going up. And I didn't realize, the time. At 2010, I graduated high school, so I was still playing 360. I didn't even pay attention to retro games. Even though I had everything as a kid, I never got rid of anything. I never sold anything. I had everything underneath my bed. So
what year did you open the one in Northridge?
2018. That was our first store, March 2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I want to say July 2019, we opened up in Santa Clarita. And then...
How was that? Was it good?
I'm not going to lie, that was our worst decision.
Santa Clarita?
Santa Clarita was our worst decision. It was our biggest store and our worst store.
Wow.
Just because of the city. It wasn't the people. It wasn't the lack of inventory.
The city?
It was the city, man.
Wow. Making it hard for you guys?
Yeah, because they're not part of like LA County, so they kind of do their own thing,
I feel like San Fernando's kind of weird too, bro.
San Fernando is also, they're not part of LA County, but they're more lenient.
Yeah.
More lenient. Way more lenient than Santa Clarita. Dude. But I do regret opening up Santa Clarita. I didn't know this at the time. But yeah, it was bad. But I had to do with COVID. You remember when everyone had to be shut down and all that. But
it was mandatory.
Yeah, it was mandatory. But
like no opening up, no one coming in.
Yeah, but my argument at the time was that the big box stores, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, they were all open. I know the grocery stores were open. Obviously, we need the food and all that. But why is Best Buy open? Why is that computer place store open? So inspectors would come in and tell us to shut down. And I'd be like, all right, cool. So go shut down the Best Buy that's down the street from us because they're
open, yeah.
They're selling PS4s, Xboxes, Nintendo Switches.
What they say?
They use, was that special word they use, essential business, because all of a sudden they were selling toilet paper. So I was like, all right, so if I go buy toilet paper and I sell it in my store,
what they say?
I'm like, do I need to stay open or do I still need to close? Oh, no, yeah, you still need to close because you're not reporting that because of the business license I had, which was for electronics use. And I was like, that's BS, bro, because I'm like, they're selling PS4s, man. Dude. I see people walking out with PS4s from Best Buy, so we're the same business. Believe it or not, it's electronics. It's the same business. I guarantee you if I look up their business license, it's under electronics. Because they didn't have like specialized video games or DVDs. They just put you as electronics in Santa Clarita. And that was my argument, But I didn't listen, And then weeks go by, months go by. Inspectors keep coming in, keep giving me warnings and all that. So I was closed like here and there, but then we had to be closed for a few months because it was really dead. Like no one came out of their houses. So I was just
you were still paying the rent, still paying the bills, employees.
Yeah. And then I got fed up and I was like, you know what? Reopen the doors again. Screw it. Like even if no one shows up, just have the door open, because the parking lots were empty or dead, dude. But I was like, no, we need to make money for this store because it's the most expensive store. And
how much was rent over in Santa Clarita?
At the time, it was like $2,600 at the time. But
what do you pay here, if you don't mind me asking, bro?
This one, I pay like $4,000 for it because of the size and obviously you're on the main street.
Yeah, it's pretty big, dude.
But yeah, at the time, man, I was just super fed up and I was like, you know what? Keep the doors open. Screw it, Like I'm not gonna listen. And they actually send the sheriff's department on me to revoke our business license. Meaning you can no longer legally sell in Santa Clarita because I didn't listen or whatever.
No.
And that was, that was BS.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. And again, my argument, I was like, well, go close down the Best Buy, but they're acting like robots,
That's insane, dude.
So I go down to City Hall, rip that paper off, from the window, going in there like a maniac, screaming. Yeah. And I was like, what is this? Again, my argument, why is that Best Buy open? They're literally down the street from me. Everyone's acting like robots. They're saying, oh, you're not a essential business or whatever that special word was that they were using. I'm like, I don't care. There's no California law that states that. There's no penal code that states that you guys are just making up some rule just because you guys are doing your own thing. Like, I know what you guys are doing, and you know it's unfair. This is not fair to us.
Wow.
You know, so
Oh man,
yeah,
dude.
it's like
So what year did that store shut down, bro?
December 2020. Yeah, no, 2021. Sorry,
Man.
2021.
Wow.
December 2021. So we only had that store open for like 2 years. When we signed a 3-year contract. At the
You told the owner?
time, at the time where I was legally closed now, right? You know, I contacted my property management. I'm like, hey, look, Santa Clarita revoked my business license. I try to stay open. I try to, you know, fight my case and all that. And yeah, they kicked me out. I can't pay the rent. You know, I left this whole paragraph in the email. Tell me why they didn't care. Because I guess on the contract that I signed, there's like a fine print where it's like natural disasters or whatever. Like it doesn't matter. But of course, no one knew that COVID was coming, right?
Yeah.
But they were considering that as COVID,
dude.
like a
Yeah,
natural
yeah.
disaster, like, you know,
A global pandemic type of deal.
yeah, they were considering that. And I was like, that is BS. I'm like, I'm getting screwed over from the city, not my own property management, the people that I pay,
Oh,
you know?
dude.
And I had like 7 months left on my lease. So I'm like, so you're telling me you can't either discount me the rent because I cannot sell no more, and you just want me to eat the rent? And they're like, you sign a contract.
Oh,
So
dude.
after that, I was cussing them out. Like, oh, dude, I turned to a completely different person. I was evil, bro. I was like threatening them. Like I was going crazy.
Oh, dude.
And I was like, you know what? I probably need to hire a lawyer. You know, like that's BS. Like, how am I going to be paying for something I can't?
You can't
be
even
open
sell. Yeah, you can't even make money,
Yeah,
bro.
you know?
Yeah.
But like when I talked to a lawyer at the time, he kind of told me, he's like, look, I'll do whatever you want. The fees for this is expensive. He's like, you have 7 months left. So
It's cheaper.
it's cheaper to just pay the rent and eat it than you paying me, because it's going to cost you almost double than what you're going to owe to the rent.
Oh, dude.
You know, he's like, think about it. Just cancel your utility bills, cancel your insurance, because the store is going to be empty, right? And take out everything. And yeah, you're just paying for a storage unit. So I had a lawyer tell me that, you know, and I was just like, yeah, dude, but we need to make money, you know? And he's like, just keep selling online or transfer that inventory to another store, to your other stores, because we already had the LA store already open in Echo Park. So, and
Right now you
what-
have an Echo Park?
that was the third location.
Oh.
So yeah, so that's what we did. So we took all the inventory from Santa Clarita and we split it to Northridge and Echo Park, right? So, and that happened December 2021. So, and also for tax purposes, we're not reporting anything for Santa Clarita in 2022 because
Yeah.
I'm no longer in business, you know, even though I have an active lease, but the active lease is not making money, so there's nothing
That's
to report.
insane, dude.
But I had to eat the rent on the
rent.
side. But
Like 14 grand, basically.
yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it was,
Yeah.
I think it was a lot more than that. It was probably like $20,000 for the
dude,
7 months that
yeah.
were there. But whatever.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because it's 26. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like, whatever, dude. We have to eat it because the lawyer will cost us way more money, you know. So we had to eat that. But whatever, you know. We accepted it and we just hustle hard between the two other stores, you know. But so that happened December 2021, right?
Yeah.
Fast forward to June. Was it? I can't remember the dates now. June 2022, right? 6 months later, the LA store got broken into.
Oh.
So imagine all that inventory that I transferred.
You transferred to Echo Park.
Yeah.
Oh.
They broke into my store. They did a good job breaking into my store, meaning that they disconnected my cameras. They spray painted the lights outside for it could be darker. They disconnected my alarm system. They broke into a 3-door system where I had a roll-up gate, the side skirts, my main door.
Dude.
They broke into They did a good job. They did a very good job breaking in.
Professional thieves, bro.
Yeah, basically, no evidence of them stealing because, you know, they disconnected all my cameras. And they destroyed my store, man.
That sucks, dude.
They destroyed it, man.
How much would you say you took a loss there?
For sure, $25,000, maybe more. Honestly, that's just a guess. It could be more. And then property damage, probably like another 7-8 grand. They did a lot of damage in there. So I was just like, wow, we just lost the store because of Santa Clarita. And I'm still paying the rent, by the way. Because when they broke in, I think I only had like 2 months left to pay out Santa Clarita. And then I'm like, wow, they stole all the mainly what they went for was the Pokemon cards. Because remember, Pokemon cards were booming at that time.
Oh, man.
So
So prior to selling here, you were already selling Pokemon cards in Echo Park.
Yeah. Echo Park was our main store for Pokemon.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were doing great there. That was my smallest store. That small store was
killing it.
actually covering the rent for Santa Clarita.
Wow.
That store was killing it, man.
Dude.
And then Northridge was, you know, doing its thing on the side. So
That's the one where you had the pop-up event outside.
Yeah, Retro Madness.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it was a big L for me, man. Because I'm like,
That's
I just
rough,
lost
dude.
Santa Clarita, and then 6 months later, they broke into my store. So, guess what I did that day? Closed it down. Don't trust the area no more. I probably lost $25,000-$30,000 in inventory. I
dude.
honestly don't know
Yeah.
how much I lost. It didn't matter about doing it with insurance because the problem is, how do you track Pokemon cards?
Yeah.
Pokemon cards don't have barcodes. If I tell my insurance, oh, dude, I had thousands and thousands of dollars in cards. I didn't have receipts for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I bought all that in swap meets, expos, and stuff.
Oh, dude.
How am I gonna
that's
claim
insane,
that?
Dude.
You get me? So I already knew all this was gonna be a huge L.
Oh, dude.
The only thing
that's
I
insane.
might be covered would just be the property damages. But I'm like, okay, what about the inventory? You know, it's obsolete inventory.
man.
And you know, they took some switches and games and all that, but I didn't care about that. I care about the Pokemon cards because that's what the main money was.
Wow.
And I was just like, wow. I was like, you know what?
Close
Close
it.
it down. It's already an L for me.
Dude.
I'm not gonna rebuild from this. And plus, I don't trust the area no more.
Yeah.
I'm already target.
Yeah.
You know, so
That's insane,
that
dude.
same day they broke in, I closed it down. I talked to my landlord. I was like, and I signed a 5-year lease with him. I opened that store in 2020, and this happened in 2022. I can't remember because I was, you know, very emotional that day. So if I gave him attitude or not, I just tell him, hey man, I'm leaving. I know I have a contract with you. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but if I need to see you in court or whatever, take me to court. I don't care. I'm taking my stuff out. As you can see, I don't trust this area, you know. So yeah, I took everything out. I had to cool off for about a week until my landlord called me, and he's like, "Look, man, I completely understand, you know, what happened." And he already knew also about Santa Clarita too.
Oh.
You know, and he's like, "Look, man, you're just having bad luck, and I don't know why this is happening." He's like, "Look, this is what I'm gonna do for you, but I don't have to go legal issues with you, because like I was not gonna pay the rent. You know, I'm like, I don't care, dude. Like, I don't care if this is my downfall. Like, if this is it for Game Tower,
Yeah.
screw it. You know, like I already had bad luck already. You know, like all the crying,
yeah.
all the bad luck I had. You
Yeah.
know, I was like, you know what, screw it. You know, like it is what it is. You know, if I'm not meant to be in business somewhere, I'm not meant to be in business. You know, but he told me, he was like, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you off from your contract. I'm gonna break it myself. The only thing I ask is fix up the store, ready to move in with your expenses, and I'll break your contract. You know, and I was like, bro, like I have like what, 3 years, 8 months with you left. Like, are you sure you want to do that? Like, are you lying to me? You know, I don't have time for, you know, being screwed over. And he's like, no, well, you and I will both sign an agreement. It'll get notarized. Just fix it up for me, and I'll let you go. So I called my dad. I called all my plumbing guys. I'm like, let's fix this store. Let's fix the gate. Let's do ready to move in. And we left there ready to move in like 3 days. We were working there like nonstop. Even myself, I was like, yeah, to break the contract, sure, why
Let's
not?
go. Do it.
Yeah. And then Once it was done, he walked in. He's like, "All right, cool, man. Let's go to my office." We signed this 3-piece paperwork saying that he won't come after me and all that, and no more money involved. And he let me go.
Wow, dude.
He let me go, man. And I was like, bro, I'm like, that was very nice of you. Because I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, you and I probably would have ended up, going to court or something, because I was not gonna pay you. Like I already had bad luck, so if I turn evil or if I turn into a bad person, my bad.
Back to back L's, dude. That's
but I'm
insane,
like, my
dude.
bad, but I have to do what I gotta do,
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I get it, bro. He's like, I'll just rent it out to someone else,
Oh, dude.
So I was like, all right, cool, man. And he let me go. So that kind of had to, restart my brain a little bit. I'm like, all right, so then what's the next move? Because we still have Northridge, right? But
on second floor.
Yeah, the second floor. But now we're not making the money that we're doing monthly. In a way, I was actually losing money. Because I was like, all right, well, Northridge was my medium-sized store. Now I have, Santa Clarita store was already, the inventory was already in there. But now I have the leftovers from LA. Right? And I'm like, that doesn't fit in there at all. Because I already filled it up with Santa Clarita. So I was just like, crap. And I saw all the cabinets and all that. And I was like, I love Northridge, but, we probably need a bigger store. Like small parking lot, not enough inventory. I had to put all the inventory in my garage. I had another storage unit. And I was like, no, like Northridge is not going to make it either. I'm like, even though this is our headquarters, I was like, you know what, man? Since I already been having bad luck, let's take another chance. Let's close down Northridge and open up one big store. You have no idea how ballsy that sounds and how risky that is. I'm like, this could be my downfall, like shooting myself in the foot. And I talked to my team about it, and they all agreed to, go in it with me. And that's what we did. So we closed down we had to sacrifice Northridge for our brand to still move on. And we relocated here to San Fernando.
Wow, dude.
So we opened up San Fernando October 2022. Yeah.
Wow, dude.
That was like all the marbles on the table. Like,
That's it.
this is do or die for us. Like, screw it. I'm like, that's why I said, like, look, guys, even if we fail, like, whatever,
Hey,
like,
we tried.
like, whatever, And luckily, San Fernando has been good for the last, 3 years now.
Wow, dude. Yeah, I feel like it's always busy, bro. You're people going in there.
Yeah, by doing one big store versus 3 mini stores.
Multiple,
The one big store did a lot better than almost the 3 years I had the 3 other stores.
Wow.
And inventory, sales, walk-ins, trade-ins. It's crazy when you see one number basically doing it for you versus 3 different numbers. It's weird. It's a weird logic. But yeah, San Fernando's been killing it the whole time, and I'm not gonna lie, it has boosted up our business. Like, it's off the charts, So.
And then on top of you still vending, going to these expos, bro, doing above and beyond for the company, dude.
Yeah.
That probably helps out a lot too, huh?
Yeah, because basically it's built up to the point where I don't really need to be there anymore. My guys handle it. I have 4 guys. So I got a repair guy, I got a TCG guy, and I got 2 sales associates.
Who are the sales associates?
So Brian, and then my guy Jose. So and then
Brian and Jose.
Yeah.
I only seen the guy with the hair. Is that Chris?
Chris, the big dude. Yeah. Chris is
there's...
my TCG/manager. Bobby is the kind of like little brown skin guy. He stays in the back. He does my repairs. He has glasses. He has glasses.
Skinny guy?
He's probably the skinniest one out of the 4. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they all eat bad, man. They all eat fast food.
I mean, dude, you're hustling, dude. You're moving. I mean, dude, it must take a toll on them. Because I always see 2 every time I go. There's always 2 guys. It's Chris and it's the other guy.
Yeah. So Brian is the other one with glasses. He's the one that comes from GameStop. He's been with me for years. Chris has been with me the longest for 7 years now. And then my two other guys.
Is that all they do full time?
Except for Jose. Jose's a part timer. He works at a pizza place. But the other three guys are full timers.
Oh snaps!
Yeah. So they make
That's
their own
legit.
schedule. They already know how many hours to use. You know how much money to spend per week. That's what I'm saying. Like they already have that.
Unlock.
Like I don't really need to do anything besides do online.
So if you really
sales.
wanted to, you don't even have to show up.
Pretty much, and that's why I do the tours now.
Expos. That's crazy.
I just do tours because I'm like, there's no point of me really standing there. You know, I gave, you know, a lot of my lifetime to Game Tower, where now I get to explore different places.
You prefer the store? Or you prefer traveling?
It's both,
Yeah.
evenly both. Because don't get me wrong, I love my store.
Yeah.
I love walking in there. I love seeing people happy. Like sometimes I'll go in there just with regular clothes on. I won't put a Game Tower shirt, and I'll like stand next to people, and they're like, "Damn, this store has a lot of inventory." You know, like, "Damn, better prices than such and such place." You know, and I'm just like, "All right, cool." You know, like, you know,
That's
so,
cool.
Yeah.
Is it difficult at times owning a game store?
Oh
Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Game Store always has their ups and downs, and that's constantly, man. You know, of course, the economy, you know, gets involved too. People are broke, man. You know, they,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes with, you know, you cut hours, you know, you have to cut back a lot of costs. You know, sometimes when people bring in inventory, we're only offering store credit that day because, you know, business is slow. But yeah, I mean, it's like any other business, you know, has its ups and downs. You just got to know how to, I guess, play around with it. You know, even if you have a bad month, don't consider it as a bad month. Just see things that maybe you didn't have time to do. Like, for example, clean the store. You know, so like if, because sometimes I'm not gonna lie, we don't clean the store, but I'm like, hey, you know, it's a little slow today. Let's get the broom out, let's get the mop out, get the Windex out, start cleaning up the store, and let's work on backstock. Even organizing cables, whatever, you know, like, you know, even if it's a slow day, we'll always be productive, you know. So I don't really like to waste a day, you know, whether if we made $2,000, $1,000, or even $500, or even $200, which is a very, very slow day. Hey man, you know, it's $200 you didn't have.
Of
You
course.
know?
No, yeah, definitely.
so-
And what's the biggest thing you look forward to on a daily basis owning a gaming store, bro?
Seeing what walks in through the door, man.
Yeah?
Because you get some cool items walking in, or some prototype stuff, or some special promotion, you know, like it's just cool to see what people been having all these years in their collection, and they bring it into our store. We're like, hey, what can I get for this? And it's like, oh, look at this cool item that I never seen before. I think that's the beauty about owning a video game store, because you don't know what's gonna walk through those doors. And trust me, it's a huge excitement, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man. I'm sure you probably seen some crazy, like, what are those things called? Like the games where only the programmers.
Oh, like yeah, like
What are they called?
development. Yeah.
Yeah, the development games and
yeah.
all that.
Yeah. Like there's there's like prototype stuff out there. There's you know, oh my god, I had a brain fart right now. I can't. Like yeah, games that were in like pre-production.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
know, they'll make the carts before they actually make the release. Oh yeah, I seen all that, man. There's some crazy stuff I've seen.
What's
man.
the most expensive game you have at your store right now, bro? One game.
That's a good question. What do we have right now? Probably like Aero Fighters, but it's just the box only. That's for the Super Nintendo. It is the rarest Super Nintendo game, but we only have the box, because the game alone goes for about like $1,500 to $1,800, maybe $2,000. But the box is almost the same value.
No
And
way.
when it's CIB, complete a box, the game is worth like $5,000 to $6,000.
No way.
It's the rarest Super Nintendo game.
What's it called?
Aero Fighters.
Aero Fighters.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up on price charting. Yeah.
No way. Aero
Yeah,
Fighters?
even the manual too. The manual's like $800, $1,000, I think. Last time I checked.
Wow. Aero Fighters.
Yeah, look it up.
SNES.
It's expensive, man.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yep. I
That's
think it's like a
insane.
F-16.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have
the
it
airplane.
$1,400, bro, on eBay.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Yeah,
dude. So you have the box. Are you selling the box?
I'm selling the box, yeah.
If
Yeah.
someone wants to buy it.
We only had like one buyer, but he wanted for like almost half the price. I'm like I can't do that, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's probably the most expensive item. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't remember if we have like a Rule Rose for the PS2.
Mm.
Yeah, believe it or not, I haven't been there in like 2 days, so I don't even know.
No, I believe it, bro. You've been up and down.
Yeah.
What's the biggest transaction, bro, you've made? Like a one-time transaction of a customer, bro, at the store.
At the store?
Yeah, at the store. Or at a show, dude.
Uh,
One person.
I won't say his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like probably the most in one transaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 30,000.
No way.
Yeah. Just in like one go. Yeah.
That's insane, dude. That's crazy. Has owning a game store what do you think has made you, or how can I put it? What is one of the things you would say you sacrificed, bro, to get to where you are now?
My time.
Your time?
You have to put your life into it.
Yeah.
There's no slacking off here. There's no forget your birthday, forget the holidays with your family. You know, if you're married, forget your anniversary. You got to forget all that. That doesn't exist.
Dude, that's crazy.
A lot of people don't understand that. You have to.
I think it's because
life.
you make it look easy, bro. You really do make it look. I think you make it, having a big store, having so much inventory comes in. I really think you make it look easy, to the point where, like, obviously we're having the conversation. You're like, sometimes it's 200, sometimes it's 2,000. We make sales, but I really feel like you make it look easy, bro. I don't know why. I just feel like you just make it, because you're buying, bro. Like, what is he doing? Well, you know, where does the money come from? You know, people wonder, looking at it from outside, looking in. You know, as looking at your business, you really make it look easy, bro. Like, these guys just make it look easy, bro. Your team makes it look easy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you say that's a curveball, because I would have never imagined that, bro.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, it's you have to use your time very wisely running a business, because especially if you're starting in the beginning, bro, like, don't expect to pay yourself even for half a year or even a whole year. You got to put all that investing, all that time into your first year.
Wow.
That's the most important year.
Wow.
Like, don't even consider that as a profit year. Put it that way. You're just breaking even towards the end.
Just to build it up.
Yeah. Maybe your second year, you might start seeing the numbers go up a little bit. Your third year should be something picking up. You get me? It's not just going to hit off right off the bat, you know?
Wow.
Yeah, it takes a while to actually see the business running itself, where the trade-ins just walk in naturally, where their capital is building up, you know, your reputation, your brand, the way how you speak to people, the way how you treat people, all that, you know, plays in the game. You know, building relationships with people is probably the most important thing you got to do, because people remember that.
Yeah.
Whether you hooked them up on something, whether you gave them a fair deal on a trade-in, or just having a genuine conversation with them. Because I had a lot of people that come in that had bad days, and, you know, they didn't have to buy anything, but just coming into a game store, they felt better, you know, because all the games that they see, it reminds them of their childhood, you know, or they'll just go play the free arcade games that we have there on, you know, on free play.
Yeah.
So, you know, just having those little moments matters, man.
No, for sure.
And all that, I guarantee you, would make you successful in the end. You know, and this goes for any type of business. You know, your comic book store, toys, sneakers, TCG shops, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Trust me, that goes a long way.
First impression really counts.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, bro.
And looking back to it, you know, just like even when I first, like I said, when was what was the first? I think the first time I ever really not met you officially, but I seen you, was at the garage sale, bro. And I think from that day, I think that from that, like, I would see you around, you know, I never knew your name. I just, I would see him, you know. And I get it. You like, I really see you determined and focused. I see you're on it, bro. So when I see you and customers come in, I don't want to be that dude like, hey, what's up, bro? Like, and I want to as much as I really do, but I'm like, this guy is laser focused, you know, tunnel vision. He's trying to get his bag. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna interrupt him. You know. So the first time I met you, you know, it left an impression when I was like, you know, I was still trying to do the podcast. I was still trying to, you know, get up my channel up. Yeah. And my buddy's like, hit him up. He's right there, bro. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, bro. I'm like, and he's like, just do it, bro. So I went up to you. You're like, yeah, bro, I'm down. And honestly, that really, in my mind, because I you know, like I said, I hit up a couple guys, and I dropped some names, and I'm like, dude, guess who I'm interviewing for the podcast? And they mentioned everyone else, and I'm like, nah, dude, you got it wrong. He's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, dude. Elliot's gonna, you know, he's gonna be the icebreaker for season 3. He's like,
it's an honor,
are you
man.
serious? And he's like, yeah. He's like, that's crazy. He's like, bro, I never would have thought. Why? I think because, number one, like I said, I really feel like sometimes, and that's something I'm learning now, knowing about video games and being and hosting events, you know, like I never charge these guys, bro. I want them to get their money, dude. I you know what I'm saying? Like, cool, get your money, bro. Like the Osvies, the Super Mics, the Retro Corps, the Silverbacks. I'm like, dude, I don't even care, dude. Like, you guys get your hustle on, bro. You know, if it's free for me, it's gonna be free for everyone.